Hey guys, what is up? In today's video, we're going to be working on the vet today. Um, so in today's video, it's a little different because we are recording with the MetaQuest 3. If you looked at our last video, we unboxed it and kind of gave a little review, but this is the full script of the just testing it out and seeing how it goes. So today we're going to be doing body work on the top because we did body work on the sides of it. We still have some more to do, like here, here. You know, we marked it all up. That's the best way to do it. Is you go around, just circle it with a pencil or have notes. So this is the inside. So I just have to do body work on the inside. But yeah, we're just gonna be working on this top because it's nice and simple. So what you're gonna want to do is, for starters, start with sandpaper. I'm going with 180 just because this was sat out in the sun and it's fragile. That's what happens to fiberglass. After a little while, it gets delicate. So I'm going to be using 180 so it doesn't scuff it up and make it even worse. So you just give it a light. Just a light sanding all over, just so it's a better mating surface for the Bondo. And then next what we're going to do is take 5% soap and 95% water, and you're going to spray it down, wipe it off. But before you apply the Bondo, it has to be dry, because when Bondo is hardening, if it's adapted to water, it will not go good. And then after that, I'm just going to use a tack rag just to wipe it off for all the excess residue that's on here. If you don't have this, it's fine. Just make sure it's nice and clean. But this is what I'm going to be using for today. So this is the golden filler. We picked it up at AutoZone. I don't recommend it. I'd recommend getting like a gallon of it for 2 times the price, for around $60. But it works for now. They said it was like better than usual, as you can tell on the photos. It says stands up to 50% faster. Yeah, I don't know. It's all right. And then this plastic honey, though, it does make it way better, just because what it does is it almost makes it more thin, so it fits in these creases and gets all these light scratches. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do the main parts because we are going to be hitting this with primer, and primer does fill in those. But if they're around that deep, you're going to want to fill them in. Like this one. This one's real bad. All of these will be seen. So yeah, we're just going to do that. This is a little pricey, around $50. But I recommend it. It's a lifesaver. It changes the whole game. Alright guys, now for the Bondo time. So I have a few spreaders for my Bondo. This is the one this is my go-to, just because it's a perfect fit for everything. Yeah, this is just my go-to. Try to keep it clean. As you can tell, you're not going to keep anything that Bondo touches. You're not going to keep it clean. So I'm going to show you a way and tell you about this. This is just my mixing one. Have not used this yet. You know, exactly, like, you're not going to keep it clean. Like, there's stuff on this one too. These are my beater ones. These are just kind of, when you're done, you just try to scrape it off, maybe get it off your main. So now let's hop into the mixing of it and the actual Bondo. So there's thick pieces of Bondo in there, and what I do is I usually go with 80 grit, which actually 120 will work. I think I ran out of 80, so but you just want to rip off a small piece, and you want to judge once you start actually mixing the Bondo and putting it on here. You're going to want to judge to see how much you're going to need, which that's about, I'd say, because there's that right there, that deep gash I showed you guys. I'd say 3 scoops, which, Yeah. So you just want to sand this down, get it as smooth as possible, because when you mix the Bondo, you really do not want thick chunks in your Bondo when you apply it down. Same thing with this, whichever one you're going to use. You can take it and sand it down like this, which I'm going to be doing this off camera just a little bit better. I'm just showing you guys a demo. The screen just disappeared. There we go. And I wipe it on my pants just like this, just so it gets all of it off right here. Alright guys, so like I said, you're going to judge it off of how much you're going to need and the substrate that you're going to be applying it on. So, move that out of my way so I don't hit it. I got it all smooth and sanded for the most part. It's good enough. What you're going to want to do first, like I said, this is what I'm using. Still not the greatest. So you're going to look in here. If there's liquid on top, you're going to want to mix it up. I'm going to mix it up just because it's been sitting for a little bit. When you mix it, try not to get air pockets in there, because that does lead to a worse application on your vehicle that you're doing body work on. So they're about golf ball sizes. So 1 scoop. Which I am running out, so I'm going to buy the better stuff. 2 scoop. 3 scoop. And you are going to want to seal this back up because it does get hard really quick. So this is the hardener. You're going to push out all the air, cap it back off, and then if you can hear that, it's getting swished around in there. So now that you have it good and mixed up in the bottle, that's probably good. You can always add more if you need. So yeah, guys, just a quick talk about the MetaQuest. This thing is crazy. Like, it's like changed how we do stuff out here. Sometimes with the hand tracking, it does get caught when you're not meaning to, and it'll move the screen, or as you guys could tell, like it saw me pinching this, so it was reading my fingers as grabbing it, and it moved it. But that's just, that's just a simple fix. You're just going to take the plastic honey and just like syrup on a pancake. You just put it on there. Now we're going to go back over to the hood. And alright guys, now that we made it back over here to the hood, I mean, shoot, it was just right there, but yeah. So now that we got everything all ready to go, I probably will be adding a little bit more hardener. We will just see by the color of it after we're done mixing. Which so far, just by looking at it, we should be good. Again, without this plastic honey, this Bondo does get pretty chunky. And what you're going to want to do is check it on your see if there's any hardener on this. You want to get it good mixed in. All right, now we can start applying it. You're going to want to push down pretty good. Since this is a thicker hole, what I'm actually going to do is this. Pack it in there. And then I'm going to pull again. And it's okay if like you mess up. It's Bondo. It'll sand off. which this right here I don't need, so I'm just going to pull it back off. I'm going to keep not sanding, keep applying Bondo, and then I was going to say once this hardens, then I will start to sand, which already, guys, it's already hardening. Alright guys, sorry, it just was a big switch up. I cut myself earlier, as you can tell right there. I just had to go clean up because I started to bleed. But I finished off the Bondo, wasn't the best, I was rushed. As you can tell, there's gouge right there, not good. There's thick right there, which just taking that off because I don't want to sand that off, deal with it later. But yeah, so really not the best, but I was in a little rush. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you mess up because Bondo sands off. So once you guys are done, how you can tell, oh, how do I know that my Bondo is done drying? What you can do is take your nail and just scratch it, and if there's white, well, first of all, you can feel it. If it's damp and like moist and sticky, then it is not done yet. But once it's like, oh, it's hard, let me see if it's done, you can take your nail or something like a screwdriver, but be careful with that because it will scratch it. Just run your nail across it and it'll show up as white. So yeah, and the stages of sandpaper that you're gonna want to start with is usually 80 right off the bat. But again, like I talked about, this is fragile. I don't want to do that. So I have here, this is 220, which that's the second one. I'm going to start with 120 since it's a little higher threads on the sandpaper, and then I'll go 180. You could start with 180 if you wanted to. It's just going to take a little bit longer since it's so thick. It's going to be harder to get it started. But as you slowly get lower to the substrate, you're going to move up in sandpaper grit. So you're going to want, like I said, you're going to want to start with 120, 180, 220, and then you can go 280 and then 320 and then finish it off. But I jumped from 220 to 320. But yeah, that's about it. And I just picked up this Diablo. I've used so many sanding blocks, soft blocks, hard blocks, all that. Put lacquer on it to stick to the block on the sandpaper, like this right here. I've used it all, and this Diablo, we just picked it up from our local auto parts store, but we got this because we need a new one. Our last one just broke. This Velcro, this is just like a step up. This will be in description if you guys want to buy it. I think I paid $20 for this, but it comes with all of these. You can buy extra for another 20, but it comes in a big pack, so it's worth it. On one side is a soft block, on the other side it's a hard block, which I really like because then you're not searching around your shop for where's a hard block, where's a hard block. It's right there with you. And these all stick together, so these also don't lose each other. See? Which I like that. And now talking about the Oculus, since we are recording this video with the Oculus, I just want to talk about what you can do on here. So there is endless games on here. You can watch YouTube. You can subscribe to us on here. You can follow our Instagram on here, which all of that will be linked down in the description. Yeah, I just gotta say this thing is crazy. The quality is amazing. This is the MetaQuest 3. You can't do pass-through, which is what I'm doing right now. You can't do that with any other MetaQuest. But like I said, if you are interested in doing what I'm doing right now, then go in the link in the description. It'll be posted down in there. We bought it from Best Buy. If you guys watched the last video, then you guys saw that. And also, if you guys want to see more videos about this, which we're going to be using this and putting up demonstrations on the screen, you can make it go big. You can grab it. This thing is just crazy, guys. So yeah, if you want to see more videos, then stay tuned. We're going to be working on this thing all just within the MetaQuest.